All right, I have taken my time to look at certain things in life, and I discovered that there is a major issue that oftentimes we don't actually pay attention to, not because we don't want to, but probably because we see it as trivial. This particular issue has led to so many negative effects: loss of lives, people committing suicide, destroyed homes, you know, people becoming so useless to themselves, their family, and the society at large. And then I begin to ask myself, why is it that attention is not on this particular issue? I know someone might be wondering or asking, what is this issue? Fine. It's actually rejection. Yes, rejection. It comes in different dimensions. Um, a lot of us have faced rejection in one way or the other in the past. For someone like me, I have faced it on several occasions, either in place of work, relationship, and all of that. Well, come on, it's still not the end of the world. No matter how many times you have been rejected, I strongly hold the view that the more you are rejected, the more you have the opportunity to prove yourself. And so, briefly, I just want to share with us the key areas or the key approaches we can use in handling rejection. Whenever we are rejected, we can just, you know, try and work on these approaches. It works because it worked for me, and I know from my research, they've worked for some other people. Number one, always have the understanding that rejection will always take place. It's inevitable. You can't escape it. One way or the other, you will feel rejected, either in your place of work, either in your family, either among your friends. Anyhow, you will feel rejected. Okay, but do you know what? The moment it happens, embrace it and move forward. Because it has been proven that the faster you embrace the reality at that time, the faster it will be for you to move on. And once you move on, it's bygone. Another way to address rejection is by separating yourself from rejection. And that is where it has affected a lot of people. Now, when some people are rejected, they allow it to weigh them down, they allow it to become integrated into their system. And so it demoralizes them, it destroys them, it brings them this low self-esteem, this low level of confidence, and then they find it difficult to even associate with people. And that is where you begin to see the issue of depression, you begin to see the issue of waywardness and all of that, because they just see themselves as empty. Now, separate yourself from rejection. The moment it happens, separate yourself from it. Do you know why you need to separate yourself from it? Because it is not a failure. The fact that you are rejected does not mean you have failed. It only sends a message to you: sit tight and re-strategize. Because for everything that must have happened at that particular moment, there is always a way out for you if you can separate yourself from it. Another thing is, surround yourself with people that are supportive. That is another problem. Most of us, when we feel rejected, even those around us, we begin to see them as people who do not like us. No, most times people reject you unknowingly. They don't even know. They don't even know that their attitude amounts to rejection. They don't. Okay, so surround yourself with people that can support you to overcome rejection. And who are these people? You have mentors, you have your friends, you have teachers, you have coaches, it could be your wife. People that will support you, people that will make you understand that forget it. You are more than this. You need to surround yourself with people like that. Okay, the fact that you are rejected does not mean you now need to isolate yourself from people. The more you isolate yourself from people, the more you send yourself into the state of depression, the more you begin to lose the level of your self-confidence and self-esteem. Another thing you need to do is reframe rejection into redirection. See, for someone like me and some other people that I know or that I believe, rejection actually spurred someone like me to want to go higher. Okay, because I strongly believe that whenever I am rejected, it's just an opportunity for me to prove those who have rejected me wrong, that I am better than who they think I am. Okay, now when you give up, you have simply proved them right, that what they think about you or their perception for rejecting you is actually correct. Excuse me. So that is the more reason you must prove them wrong. You must redirect it to make success on your path. Another thing is you must develop your mindset of growth whenever you are rejected. And how do you do this? Go for trainings. What are those areas? What are those weaknesses? What are those things you perceived that could have made you rejected? Look at those things, work on them. Okay, if possible, find out why you were rejected. Do you know why? Because when you do all of these things, it prepares you ahead. In case such an opportunity occurs again, you'll be able to utilize it effectively. Effectively. Then another way you can address rejection is by you not relenting. Keep taking steps. Keep taking actions. Keep doing it. Now, I just want to share a brief story with you about myself. The first time I wrote a book, I took it to a particular person to edit for me, and the person did not touch it. And the response was very funny when I asked. He said, "It's not rich enough." Do you know what? Do you know what? I didn't allow it to weigh me down because I spent not 1 month, not 2 months, not 3 months, not 4 months, not 5 months, not 6 months working on that book. Then I decided to take it upon myself that, okay, fine. I went online, do some researches and all of that. And in all this person said, there was no iota of truth in everything he said wrongly about the book. And so that brought me to another perspective of rejection, that some people deliberately reject your view, reject who you are, just because you are a threat to them. And so when they talk and you allow it to weigh you down, you have made them succeed over you. You have made them succeed in their deliberate act to pull you down. So that is why whenever you are rejected, especially by words of mouth, especially by assistance you need from people or any other, don't allow it to weigh you down. Instead, go for self-awareness, go for self-examination. And so after I did all of that, I was able to publish the book without giving it to anyone to edit. And do you know what? I published almost 1,000 copies, and within 2 months I was able to sell out almost all the books. And subsequently I have published books that some important personalities came to launch, including the late uh, Olubadan of Ibadan land. So it doesn't really mean, when you are rejected, it doesn't mean the end of the road for you. It is only an opportunity for you to you know strengthen yourself, an opportunity for you to go further.